Hi, I'm JB with Madwire, and I want to talk about our UXI web technology and how that website platform really is set apart from other website platforms that may exist. And so let's take a look at it. First of all, our UXI system stands for User Experience Intelligence. What that means is the platform adapts to the traffic that's coming to the site positively for you to increase your conversion rate over time. The website is literally a living and breathing thing with our UXI system. It isn't just like when you design a website and then 2 years later you need to redesign your website again. The UXI system evolves as time passes, and it literally changes based on the traffic that's coming into the site positively for you to increase the conversion rate of your site over time and that traffic that's coming into it. So let's look at what the UXI system is and how it works. First off, we understand that with websites, one size does not fit all. And there's so many website platforms out there that force you into predetermined templates, and you have to fit your, jam your content in there and those sorts of things. We know that that doesn't work, and so we've built the UXI like this, literally a white canvas. We can create anything we want to create with the UXI system on the initial launch. And so when we look at that, our platform is designed by marketers. It literally was. So many website platforms were designed by just designers or just software developers, and while they may be functional, they don't actually net the positive result of a conversion because the system was not actually constructed by marketers. We've constructed UXI with marketing in mind and driving conversions over time. And so by doing so, we have world-class designers that build out the initial design. And they do that based on consulting and information that we gather from you to get you at least started. From that point forward, we let the data dictate changes, and the UXI system takes over from there. So some of the things we can do, once the website is constructed, it's easy to maintain on your part and our part, very simple. You don't need to know any kind of coding. There's no templates, it's all starting with a white canvas, so we can create anything we need to for you. You can have any kind of layout, any kind of style, and any kind of content literally that you need to drive the most conversions possible. Also, it's built to work on any device, and we can control the actual design based on the device being used, from a small screen to a wide screen. The device can adapt to the user so that they have the best experience possible. And then last, the UXI web technology is built right in. So the website is actually smart enough to know, based on past visitors, if somebody visits certain pages of your site, leaves, and then comes back, they can be displayed different content to help increase the relevancy of your site and the convertibility of your site over time. So let's talk about our UXI process and how that works real quick. First off, we're going to design the website. Okay, that just gets us going here. And the process we follow there is simple. We're going to consult with you on your needs and your goals, find out what that is. We're going to put together a plan in terms of the design of what we think will be the best launching point and drive the most conversions for you right out of the gate. We're going to collect any necessary content that we may need from you, and we will also have a content team that will work on content as needed if you need us to provide you content. We will design and build the site with our world-class design team. You'll have a chance to review it, make any revisions necessary prior to launching the site, and then we will launch. And that's how that process works for this piece here, the website design. Once that's taken care of, we enter into this revolving process. And what that is driving traffic. And you may drive traffic through a number of different avenues beyond what we're doing even for you. You have internet marketing that may be driving traffic into your UXI website. Maybe you have radio ads driving traffic in. You have business cards you're handing out and they're looking at your UXI website. You have car wraps on your vehicle possibly. That's driving people back to your site. You have flyers maybe you've sent out. You have coupons that you've given out. Literally, your website is your business. It's your virtual business online. So you want to have the best possible website that you can have because that is your face. That's the face of your company. And so everything you're doing is driving that traffic into your UXI website. It's literally your 24/7 salesperson that never calls in sick, that works 24 hours a day, that can sell 1,000 people at the exact same time. Don't you want to have the best salesperson possible? And that's what our UXI system does for you. And so by driving traffic to it, that allows us to then analyze and improve data on the site. And so what we'll do is we'll look at the traffic coming in. We look at that through analytics and the website tracking tools so that we can see where the traffic is going on your site. Is it leaving your site? Why is it leaving? Is the call to action make sense? And the UXI technology itself will begin to make changes and adaptations to improve your site, as well as your marketing executive, which is looking at the data and making educated decisions. This is a revolving process that goes on and on essentially forever. And so by looking at this data and analyze it, we can make educated decisions which allow us to refine, optimize, and improve the actual website, both on a desktop display and on a smartphone, small screen display. We can optimize the site to have the highest convertibility possible based on the user. And so once those changes are made, you go back to driving traffic again, and then you analyze the data again, and then you make changes again. And that revolving process is going to increase your conversion rate over time. So when we look at that, when you generally build a website, whether you do it yourself or if you have just a website company build your site, it's a set it and forget it type of a model. You set it and that's it. And so when you initially launch the site, maybe you have a 3% conversion rate, which would be average. This is what your conversion rate would look like over time. Not even that there. That's a poor drawing. Let's level that out. It won't increase. It's just going to be flatlined. It doesn't do any better or any worse. It's just the same. With the UXI system, it looks more like this, even if you have the same starting point. But with this process over here, you generally have a little bit higher starting point. But the key thing is, over time, your conversion rate's going to look more like this. You can get up here closer to 10%. Now, the difference between a 3% conversion rate and a 10% conversion rate is substantial in terms of sales. You're talking for every 100 visitors that comes to your site, instead of having 3 sales, now you have 10. And you're not spending any more money on marketing, you're just making more money in sales. That's what the conversion rate does for you, and that's what the UXI system does. And so this revolving process is what's allowing this increase in sales to occur. And so that's the real selling point of the UXI system and why it's so important. Let's look at one example here. If you had 1,000 visitors going to your website per month, and your average sale was $100, and based on how much you were spending in marketing, it broke out to be about $1 per visitor. So let's say you're spending $1,000 a month to get 1,000 visitors, and your average sale is $100. Now, if you had a 2% conversion rate, that would give you 20 sales. 20 sales is 20% of 1,000. You'd have 20 sales. And for that, if your average sale was $100, that would give you $2,000 in sales. So you spent $1,000 and you made $2,000. You had a 100% return on investment. Pretty good, right? You feel good about it. Well, with the UXI system, as time goes by, your conversion rate can get up to 5% or higher. Let's say it was. Well, with a 5% conversion rate, you would have 50 sales. That's 30 more than you had here. You're spending the same amount of money. You're still spending $1,000 to get 1,000 visitors, but now you have 50 sales instead of 20. That's $5,000 in sales. That's a 500% return on investment. And a better return on investment is better for everybody.